My name's Cody, working on a game called Chronicles of Virtue. It's a tactical RPG. You play as Arya, this character here, who assembles a team in a world that's just been introduced to magic. So as you kind of go through the story and progress, you'll learn more about that magic, but so will the enemies. So specifically today, we're working on developing some more of our magic animations. So currently we have quite a few that we've been working on, have gotten pretty far. So most recently we worked on water and air. So I'll kind of showcase those here in a second. This is fire. This is one of my favorites. We also changed some of the randomization on when these pop up in each square, which I think helps a little bit here. Obviously still have some work to do here, but it's coming along. Today we're going to be working on there we go. Today we're going to be working on dark. We need to do some little cleanup there. I'm at earth. I'm going to try to get earth cleaned up a little bit. So I'll show you where we're at first. First, let me show you air here. I'll kind of show you what earth is looking like. I'll show you what dark is looking like currently, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, there's air, which I think looks pretty good. I do like air quite a bit. Earth. This is our kind of our starting point for earth. Not a huge fan of this one, so it's gonna need a little bit of work. All right, I mean, it's not terrible there, but it's not great. And then the other one we're working on is dark, which again, it's not terrible, not great. But these are kind of the last two I think that I think need a lot of help. They're really basic. Oh, I killed both my magic users there. So a little bit of help needed there, but I think we can make that work. All right, let's get started. Okay, first I think I'm gonna start with dark, because I do think dark is the easier of these two to make look good. I think it's honestly pretty close. I think the big help that it needs is maybe some additional effects to add to it, because I think it's a little simple right now. This is dark right now. It looks more of a poison, and the kind of reason behind that is that ultimately I think I'm going to have my poison spells be within my dark window. I don't know what you call it. My dark folder. Dark spell types. So I think it will start with this. Now, I don't think I need to have dark be solely poison. I think the spell dark should not be poison. So I think that there's probably some stuff I can do here that makes this just a little bit better. But I may give this kind of a poison feel and may make poison an option as well in dark. So I kind of like how it looks a little bit. I kind of like it's like a smoke cloud type thing. Let me just try adding some different colors here, and maybe we can add some like hue variations. So first off, let me make sure that vertex color is being used. It's not, which kind of makes it glow, which I kind of like. But let me go up here to display color curves. Okay, let's reset some of these things. Okay, there's the color ramp. I go from there to there. One thing, let me actually, before I do any changes at all, let me make sure, just double check that this is unique. The big problem I run into sometimes is I'll change it here and then it'll be modifying some of these other ones. Don't want that. So the way you do that is you just make sure that you make it unique there. So hue variation's pretty good, because this will let it kind of go through. But I think what I really need is over time, more than like each individual one being changed, over time I think it needs to fade from like maybe like a green to like a purple back to green. And I can do that here in color ramp. So let me see. Let me turn this on. What I'm going to do is turn explosiveness way up, and then give it longer life. Not that long. Okay, let's turn this off and back on. Oh, it's making me a little dizzy, to be honest. Okay, just so we can see the colors here. Give it a second. All right, that's gonna kind of spin out. Whew. Okay, maybe we don't do that. I don't know why that's giving me. Maybe I need some water. That's legitimately triggering motion sickness in me. Let's see. All right, sorry for the sips there. Okay, so I think a little short lifetime's fine. Let's see. Yeah, that was a super aggressive spin. But yeah, that looks good. So let's, hey, how's it going? Good to see you on here. But yeah, super aggressive. Let me turn this. What I think I want is to go from like a purple color or violet, right, to like a green color. So if or green color to purple, maybe I kind of start out green a little bit. Yeah, it was definitely aggressive. Pure violet. Yeah. Exactly. Let's kind of see what that. It's gonna have some green tones to it. So it only changed purple at the end. You can kind of see it changing purple there. Let me pull this in a little more. What I'm thinking is the curve for alpha, because it fades out. It's probably overlapping this curve. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I'm spawning 50 of these. That's one thing to keep in mind. Oh, you can see how fast it switches. And the dark purple does not show up very well. Okay, that's good to know. All right, I can probably turn this off. So I just get them like that, and I should be able to see them fade. But yeah, the one thing I need to do here for sure is instead of add, I think, oh, that's the bad thing is, yeah, the background here. Okay. So I do want to add the colors then, probably here. But I need a better curve. What I can do, I think, is maybe on this alpha curve here. Oh, excuse me. Let's fade out a little bit later. And I think I kind of think I have to pull this in more. Oh man, where's the green even at? Okay, it's very, very little green. There's not a lot of fade time is the only problem. Maybe I need to start a little more purple. Yeah, same here. I sent Casey one. I got like a hex color code recommendation like immediately after. Yeah, it was weird. I guess just typing into there. Okay, the only real problem I have though is that, yeah, the dark purples translate, because it's adding, translate to just disappearing. So I think I do have to mix. I just have to figure out why my black is coming up as not clear. I guess that makes sense because the actual image is black in the background. Okay, there may be, let me look at my file here for that, for what I'm using as the texture. So I think I'm using a flipbook. I am using a flipbook. I'm using the same Fire flipbook. Let me see if I'm using add for Fire. I don't think I am. I think I am using mix for Fire. So why, like, I'll show you Fire real quick. Let me go to dark, turn that off. So basically I want the Fire settings, because like my fire and my smoke cloud textures are very similar. Like they're made the same way. Like here's Fire. Oh, actually, you know what? They may be a little different. Fire actually has a clear background, while my gas has a black background. Okay, I may have to go take that in and give it a clear background. That could be the difference. Honestly, Fire would probably work. Like the difference between Fire and gas isn't that much. If I use color and have it spin, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try just using my Fire one. First, I'll show you this Fire, if you hadn't seen it. This is what this Fire looks like. Looks very good. This Fire looks great. This dark, not as great. Let me replace the image, because I don't think. Yeah, that's Fire. Exactly. How's it going, Orban? Good to see you. Okay. So, I think I have it like opposite though. It's like, oh, you know what? I might have. Okay, so let me look at this. This was 4x4, and I'm changing it to a 5x5. Let me go fix that here. Won't be an animation there. It's down here in particles. Yeah. I appreciate a good use of tilde. You know, you can never overestimate tildes. Okay, so let me look at this, what this looks like from a one-shot perspective. This should let me set the color a little better. So if this is gonna come up. I mean, that doesn't look that much better than the gas version. Okay, let me look at them side by side. Okay, so the big thing here, just make this white. Color ramp, I think's okay. All right, so there's that, right? Versus, let's make them green just to make them. Let's clear my color ramp. Just make it bright green, just to make it apples to apples comparison here. So I have this, which is a thing, versus if I did use the gas material instead, like the one I had kind of planned for gas here. Let's look at what the difference is here. I need to go 4 and 4, and I need to do add instead of mix. And what do we get? We get I mean, it's a little bit different. I don't think it's that different. I think I can probably reuse the fire texture. I mean, ultimately, I'll replace it. I just need to go in here and modify this image and delete the background. It won't take that long, but I probably don't have the tool to do them on this computer, so I won't do it right now. That, or should I? Yeah, I guess the other option here would be to duplicate it and put like a black. You know what? Let's do subtractive color. I think that works. Yeah, I'll for sure add the purple back. I was more checking the texture, and I do think it makes sense to have the gas texture over the fire one. The fire one still has hints of fire, even though it's not really all that clear. But the thing I need to do is make this subtractive. So instead of additive, this will be subtract. Oops. Subtract here, right? And so when you subtract green there, you actually get purple, which is nice. But I do want to make it a little darker. So let's make this white here. I will subtract green. What does this look like? Alrighty. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm going to make this a little bit darker. Let me turn this on. I think that should... Let's see if I can get this looking a little darker if I do this and pull this down. I can ramp up the color to control that a little bit too. Okay, let me try this actually. Okay, so I'm subtracting green from this at like 8. I'm actually subtracting a lot of green, which is probably kind of throwing this off. Okay, that looks decent, but I probably can do a color ramp and get some different colors in there. All right, let's see. So if I pull this back, it ends up growing. Yep. So let's see on this color ramp. Maybe I go from subtracting red and blue. This is going to be extreme, but to subtracting green. And then just reset this. Yeah, okay. That's like an interesting. I'm subtracting yellow here. Or I guess I want to subtract like this. Oh, no. I only want to subtract green. So something like that, I think looks a little bit better. It still keeps kind of those poison elements, which is good, but it's got like the hint of that in there, and maybe I can make it a little more purple, like on the edges, something like this. I mean, that's looking pretty good. Let me see if I can add some hue variation to see if that... I do think this kind of lends itself to just some wacky colors. Maybe a little too much like paint. This is my dark spell, right? So when you cast dark, right? It was just green, right? Because the dark element is where my poison spells are going to live. So I want like some hint of green to it to try to tie them together, right? I'm trying to make sure that when I do cast poison here, like it's tied into the dark element. I don't want it to have its own element because that's a lot for just the poison spell. Yeah, exactly. It's Plague. I think it's really good. So perfect. Let's give that a shot. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Let's look. It looks a lot better than just the green mess that was. Let's take a look. I think that's looking pretty good though. And there's your lesson, Vapor Cat, on a subtractive color. It's gone full circle here. No. I'm really just doing the black magic right now. There's gonna be like all the black magic spells. Yeah, these are probably the effects, but yeah, every spell should have its own kind of effect. So I can show you like, there's gonna be. I will say I think this is probably the limit of like the area of like the AoE magic, right? Is mostly in black magic. Some other ones, like some sword effects and stuff, will have similar effects, but they'll get different particles, they'll get different animations. They'll all kind of tie into the same theme though. That's the goal, right? So like this is dark. We'll watch it for a second, right? And then I'll show you like the dark, like I have a dark spell type thing or spell blade type thing. Yeah, that looks good. Maybe with like some kind of sinister sound effect. I also need to turn on one shot so that it disappears eventually. Let's do that real quick. I can do that in the background, I think. I'll just turn on one shot. Let's see if that does it. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so then like I'll cast it one more time so we can watch it with the one shot. And then like if I use dark magic with the axe, yeah, so I'll use like dark blade with the axe, right? Look at, okay, so oh, the one shot's definitely not on. Hold up, I may have to reset. Let me reset this real quick because I turned off one shot but didn't save. That was the problem. Okay, try this one more time. Yeah, it definitely looks evil. I need to figure out the time, the lifetime on it, because it kind of did look good going for a while, but I need these to be kind of snappy. That's kind of the goal here. We'll see what that looks like. But yeah, definitely looks kind of evil. Looks pretty good. It went from one of my least favorites to one of my favorites pretty quickly. So already a successful stream. Hopefully we do the same with Earth. Earth is the other one I'm going to try to tackle today. Right now Earth looks pretty bad. It basically like opens up a hole in the ground and a bunch of rocks come out of the hole. But you can't really even tell they're rocks. And if you color them red, it looks like a blood fountain. Not really what I'm going for. So, but we'll take a look here in a second at that one. Okay, so dark. And then how I'm going to do it. Oops, what happened? Oh, here. Interesting. Okay, you couldn't see it on your end, but my game crashed. And here's what happened. It tried accessing this, but there was no element name. Blood Fountain is the good name for a band, for sure. Is this new? Okay, so on magic select entered, current element selected. So I didn't have an element select. Oh, because I know why. Because I'm passing element selected here, but on that, I'll come back to this. Let me add a comment here for now to say debug tries to access element after canceling, but and this is actually coming from magic select, nulls upon entry, and I'm entering it again, so I can clear that or comment that out. That should be really easy. It should take all of 10 seconds to fix that bug. Already pretty confident that that's the problem. That was a pretty recent change I did. The reason I did that change to make it null is because I found a glitch where if you ran out of mana, the way the code works is it won't let you pick a new spell if you ran out of mana, but you can keep casting the same spell over and over again because the code in the backend never clears out the spell you had casted, but it won't pick a new one for you. So it was kind of an infinite spell glitch, but I caught it. And so now I just need to go fix that null to say, hey, if you're re-entering and you haven't cast the spell yet, actually I could probably just say if you're out of mana, set it to null, and that's probably better. Anyway, let's just not make that mistake here. All right, But yeah, each of the levels of dark will also probably increase like particle size or lifetime or something. So there's things I could do. But yeah, I'll cast both of these spells so you can see the similarity of kind of what I'm going for. All right. So yeah, it looks pretty good. So I got interrupted by her walk, but yeah, it looks great. And so yeah, you can kind of see there, very similar, purples and blacks. There's some greens as well that I need to make sure I'm adding. I'll probably add like a poison blade type thing. But yeah, I need to fix the animation too. But yeah, so I think I'm good with dark. I think dark looks good now. So now I think I'm gonna move on to earth. I'll kind of show you what this looks like. Like I said, earth is my least favorite spell here. It's pretty rough. But it was like, we were messing around pretty late one night trying to figure out how to make earth look good. And that was the best we came up with. At the time, it looked okay. Looking back at it compared to like the other ones, it's just bad. Okay, I'm gonna fix the other glitch now because I crashed again. Yeah, it really does look kind of like... Yeah, it's just really not good. Okay, let me fix that glitch because it's gonna fail. I think this is super easy. All I do is in Magic Select up here, see this? I do need to do this, right? But not right now. And I'll just put bug. That way I can tag it. Yeah, it's just a slight dirt spray. Okay. That's good. Let's work on earth. Figure out what's going on here. Okay, so here's how earth works. Earth right now, I have the actual main emitter hidden because it looked so bad. I don't even remember this. What did this look like? So it originally looked like this, which is cool. What I'm going for here with this was like an earthquake, right? Like it looks like the ground's shaking underneath you. That's cool. With this and this, it just looked bad. So here's what it ended up looking like with this. Not really what I'm going for. So let's rework it. Okay, so here's what I like. I like this part. That looks like a crack in the ground, like a crack is opening up. It's kind of greenish, but I think that's okay. Like, it fits. Yeah, I could shake the camera. That's not a bad idea. I haven't done camera effects yet. There's a couple things, like when I do lightning, for example. Let me do this. Like, for example, when I do lightning, I plan on shaking the camera, right? Or not shaking, having flashes. But yeah, shaking the camera would be really good on Earth Effect. Maybe now's the time to implement that. So maybe it's something like simple as this and then shaking the camera, right? And that may be it. Okay, so let's code that in. I think that's pretty easy. I think all I really have to do is go to Magic Select, or I guess this is under Casting Magic, right? And what I can do is say, am I in Casting Magic? Oh, I took everything out of here, which is good. It's just under my magic, which is probably a better place for it. Okay, so in here, I need to send a signal from here to my camera to tell it to shake. Man, I'm gonna have to do some one-off stuff, which is fine. Okay, ultimately, what I'm gonna do is say signal camera effects. What I might do is let the camera itself. Yeah, I guess I'll do signal camera effects and I'll do camera or signal flash effects. Because like I want the lightning to have some flashes. For now, I'll start with camera effects. I guess I could say just, I want to keep this simple. I might, let me think. There might be other times I want the camera to shake. So what I might do is just have a property within the spells that says like, hey, if this property is set to true, shake the camera, right? That would be pretty easy to implement. So let's do that. Or I have a Yeah, let's do it like that, and then I'll do the same thing with camera flashes. So what I have to do is in here, I will have a new export variable called camera shake, and then I'll have a new one called camera flash. And then what I'll do is under camera stop shake. Yeah, you're probably right. I was thinking like you would probably do it. I would probably do it like have the camera know when to stop, like just do it for an X number of time. But yeah, I guess if I have it, the camera shake and camera stop shake coming from there, that probably is better. Yeah, let me think about that. You're probably right though. It probably is better all to come from the same place. Okay, so Earth is the first spell we're gonna do, and you can see here it's as easy as that. Right? I'll do for Earth 1, 2, and 3. And then I'll do lightning at the same time. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's a good point. Yeah, because I'll definitely use it in a lot of cases. So if I... Yeah, I'll just do a signal. I'll have like a function that's just shake camera, which has some random shake in the camera. And then like stop shake. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Okay. So that is that. Then what I would do is under my main script here. Let's go back to magic. I agree I need a stop shake. The flash will probably just flash once. So camera, we'll just say camera shake. Shake on, signal, camera shake off. So I think this is pretty easy. The first thing I have to do is connect camera shake to the right function, which I'll need the camera for. Okay, let's find what the name for the camera is here. I think it's set as its own. Yeah, it's set as a uniquely accessible thing. So I can do camera dot shake is what I'm gonna call it. It's gonna be a function called shake. Dot connect. Oh, actually, this is the signal. So signal should just be camera shake on dot connect, and then I would do percent. Actually, that's the callable. Yeah, so it's the function. So I'll do percent camera dot shake. Shake on, and then I'll do camera shake off dot connect. Camera shake off. I think that's all I have to do really. And then I'll come down in camera. I will create new functions down here for, put them here. Function camera share, I guess I have shake on. Right? And then I'll figure out what that looks like. And then I have function shake off. And we'll see what that looks like. And then, so for shake on, I guess what I want to do is set the camera position, like the viewport port position, to just go up and down. The only thing is like, okay, so a couple things real quick. I probably want to set like this camera, because I don't change the position of the camera ever. Really, I really only control the spring arm and the person. I just get data from this. So I think what I can do here is, this is a 2D viewport. It does have 3-dimensional here, but I can probably just control X and Y and do pretty good here. So I can say like, for the shake on, I could say camera, let's see. Let's spring arm 3D slash camera 3D dot position equals, and I want to get this position, plus a vector 3 rand x comma rand y comma 0. Randy. I can have a variable here that is rand x equals rand f range, so like a number between 1 and I guess let me start with like 1 and 5, which I think is gonna be too big, but it's probably fine. Okay, that should be shake on. I don't know if it works, and then shake. So what I do need to do is I need to keep doing this, right? What I would say is like while shake on, I guess while shake enabled, do this. I am going to add a weight for a strength of the shake effect. I could do that too. Yeah, I could add a parameter for that, which I could increase these ranges. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, so strength here. So then I could do like between. I do like that. That's pretty good. Okay. So here we go. And then while shake enabled, let me go create a variable called shake enabled up here. My variable organization is really bad, but it's fine. Shake enable equals false. On shake on. My function organization is really bad too. Shake enabled equals true. And then shake enabled equals false. So while do that, and then let me grab just a weight here. Just want to wait like 1 frame. Otherwise, we're gonna have a bad time. Not in that function. If we didn't have a weight of any kind of weight frames, then it's probably just going to go crazy. So we need to make sure it's only processing once per frame because it's asynchronous. And if it's asynchronous, then I won't actually ever, it would probably just lock up. Okay, so here you go. Chance of this working like this, 0 because I haven't actually coded it in. Here. Okay, so spawn emitters. What I need to say is if that, do that. Okay, so then I would say if magic spell dot magic cast dot single target, no, not single target animation dot, what do I call it? Shake. I guess I could open any of these. Camera shake. Let's copy that property path. Camera shake equals true. And then what I would do is I would camera shake on dot emit, and I need to pass a strength to it. For now, I'll pass like a 5. I mean, I'm gonna add a comment here and say feature add variable in spell for intensity. I want to proof of concept this first, and I'll come back here in a second and add this. I think that should be pretty easy though. Okay, so camera shake on is that. Oh, let's see. Camera shake on dot emit, and then at the end of this, right, like after all of the effects are off and everything, I'll just say camera shake off. Off dot emit. Okay, I need the over under. What are the chances that that this works? Here, let's see. I'll do a prediction. Will this work first try? Yes or no? You've got 30 seconds to guess while I load up this game. I think the over-under, I think it's like 35% chance of working the first try. We added a lot of lines of code without any testing. So, best of luck out there, though. I don't think there's a very good chance. But hey, we'll find out. 65%. Oh, we got no preds anyway. That's all right. 65 is pretty high. I usually am a lot more confident than this. It was pretty simple, but we changed 2 scripts. We changed an entire like structure, like data structure, right? I don't know. Not all that confident. We'll find out here in just a second. I mean, it looked sound, right? Orbum, you're the software developer here. You tell me. I mean, okay, so it technically shook, right? It didn't last nearly long enough, but it did shake. Okay, I think we're close. So, I mean, honestly, technically everything worked. Nothing bugged out. It worked. Did it look good? No. Okay, maybe random's not the right thing. Maybe I should do like this. Okay, here's what I think I can do then. Instead of random, because I don't think random is very good here, maybe what I do is variable flipper equals flipper times -1, right? And then I set up here, I say flipper, I'll do variable flipper equals 1, and then flipper equals flipper times -1, and then here I can do flipper times strength. And what that'll do is it should shake the screen back and forth. Now I do think it lasted not nearly long enough. So let's look at this and say, why didn't that last long enough? It should have gotten, okay, so it should have gone through the entire for loop here. Oh, I see. That, okay. That's okay. I can essentially move this up here, and this will wait until my character is back in run and the attack is complete. Okay, so what was happening is for Earth, there's only one cell because it is part of this group where single target animation's on. So it ran through this one time and immediately turned it off. In this way, I will wait until my character is done with all of his animations, and then I'll turn the shake off. Let's see if that works. But I'm pretty happy. I mean, all the signals sent okay. We made a lot of changes really quickly. I think I'm starting to get this down. I feel pretty good about it. And yeah, technically correct is 100% the best kind of correct. But yeah, no, that was good. I felt pretty good about that. A minimum time? Yeah. Yeah, I wonder... Okay, yeah, I could probably, when I trigger a shake, that function can send a signal within its own... with its own script to the turn off, right? And it could start a timer. And unless that timer is expired, it won't continue. So yeah, I should be able to do that. I like the minimum time. Oh, wait. Okay, good. And the one glitch is fixed. That one that I was talking about where it turned the element type to null. Otherwise, it would have broken right there. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Okay, 5 is too much. I mean, it worked. You can't say it didn't work. But 5 is much too much. So I guess all I have to do is here, where I emit it. Where do I turn on? Up here. Probably like 0.5. That might even be too much. And I think it's going to shake all in one direction. So what I might have to do is have 2 flippers that either outputs... Well, no, I want it to shake back and forth is the only thing. Let's try that. Even if it shakes out a diagonal here, that's okay. Because if it shakes out a diagonal, it's fine. It's proof of concept. I have to think, like, what does an earthquake look like? Does it just shake left and right? Does it just shake up and down? It's going to shake out a diagonal here. Maybe that looks good. Might have to play with that a little bit. But yeah, ultimately this is working pretty good. And then I do need to make sure when I turn shake off that I set it back to 0. Otherwise there will be an offset the whole time. So yeah, I can go mess with that. That should be pretty straightforward. And yeah, maybe I do go set a minimum time because it still didn't seem to shake very long. So I might have to do that before I really see it here. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, Earth. All right. Okay. Not bad. Hey, Noviciant. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. All right. So yeah, that's not bad. It does need to be less still. Maybe like a 0.25. And I'm going to try just left and right. Right now it's going like diagonally. I'm going to try here just left and right instead. We'll see what that looks like. No, not too bad at all. It's getting there. Heyo. All right, Orbum. Well, good to see you. Yeah, I'll catch you later. Thanks for popping in. Ultimately, I need camera position. Actually, that camera position, I think, stays at 0. Let's try that. Vector 3. Might be changing too much stuff here, but I think that's right. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I did know that. I forgot though. Let me fix it right now. Shouldn't take long here. Invite people. I need a permanent link. My current link expires in 7 days, even though I put expire after never. Generate new link. Okay. Nope. Good point. Here is the link to my Discord. And then I will update it on Twitch as soon as I can. No, appreciate that though. Alrighty. No, many thanks to you. Thanks for the kick in the butt there. I've known it's been bad for like a month and have done nothing about it. So I need to fix that. Maybe while this is loading, maybe I can speed run it and see if I can get it in time. I don't know about that. I don't know Twitch as well as I know Godot apparently. Because I think I have to go to like my Twitch page and fix it. We'll see. I may not be able to beat the stream here. Ooh, echo. All right. Very good. All right. Let's wait for that to load here. Alrighty, is it gonna load? I don't know if it's gonna load. There we go. All right, very good. Okay, so let's see now what this looks like. Now it's just gonna shake left and right, and it's shaking less. It's like 0.25 instead of 0.5. Oh yeah, that looks great. I think left and right worked, right? Like left and right looked good. Yeah, Godot does have lerp. Godot does have lerps. I can create one, but I think you kind of want it to be a little jarring for Earthquake, right? Like that honestly looks pretty good. I don't know about the glowing effect. I got to think about the glow. But just that looks decent. And maybe the glowing is okay. Yeah. What are some thoughts? No glow. Do I need to add any new particles? Honestly, I think it's pretty good by itself. All right. I think I'm going to call that okay for now. I'm probably going to get rid of the glow. Let me try it without the glow real quick. That's a really quick fix here. There's just this effect here. All right, let's try it back here. Oh, let me save. Okay, now let's look at it. All right, and no, if you haven't seen this yet, this feature at the top right, this mechanic, what's going on is every time I cast Earth, I'm absorbing. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I think, just like that. I'm absorbing Earth elements from the environment, right? So my element map appears moving further away from Earth, which makes that spell weaker. So now you'll see when I cast Earth now, it gets weaker and weaker because there's not as much Earth in the environment. So you can see. So I think that's a really cool mechanic. I like that mechanic. I think it's pretty unique. And it also makes, you see air right there, right? So it's hard to see. I need to maybe brighten that up. But you see how this is air? Like the map is really close to air now. So if I were to cast Tornado now, which is an air type spell, watch how much damage this does. Look at that. It kills everybody. So the idea is that if you're fighting like an enemy that is casting a lot of fire magic or something, maybe you want to cast a lot of fire magic as well, right? To make fire weak. And then you can hit them with an ice spell and cause a lot of damage. So I think it's cool. I think it adds a lot of tactics to the game. But anyway, I killed my spellcasters. But that's all right. Okay, yeah. That looked great. Let me add like I like the idea that Orbum had of doing a timer. I think that's pretty easy to implement here. Ultimately, I think what I would do is under here, I haven't ever used a timer node, but I'm going to try it. I think what I would do is say like, hey, shake for 2 seconds. Yeah, I really think it could make for some really interesting fights. There may be times like I think it keeps you from, as like the player, from wanting to use the same spell over and over again, right? Because if you do, it's just going to get weaker and weaker. So yeah, I think it adds a lot here. Okay, so one thing I think I need to do is I need to say, so while shake is enabled, do this. I'll say when enabled, I need to trigger the timer. Let me pull up the documentation on this because I've never used a timer node, but I think it's pretty easy. I just have to call it out and say like, hey, timer start. It can be one shot, right? If true, timer will stop when reaching 0. Yep. Okay. And then what are the timeout? Okay. Is there like a reset? Auto start? No. Method start. Okay. So I think I could just say start. Yeah. Okay, so all I think I need to do is say timer.start. So when this hits, I would go timer.start. And then what I would say is I would link this to my camera. All right. So link it to my camera here, and I'll say like shake timer off equals true. So I need a new variable called shake timer off. Okay. Variable shake timer off equals false. And then that'll set it to true. So I also want to set here shake timer off equals false. And then just that shake enabled equals false. While shake enabled and shake timer off and not shake timer off, do that. I think that's pretty easy. And actually all I have to do is take this and put it there. And for a second, the screen's going to shake a lot because I'm going to set this to like 10 seconds just to test it really quick. But I feel pretty confident in that solution. I've never used a timer before, but that seems pretty simple. So we'll see real quick if that works. Okay. One thing I want to do real quick too while that's loading is... Oh man. Nope, I got to do it from here. I was going to go ahead and, while this was loading, go ahead and do my Discord stuff and get that fixed so you guys don't have to deal with bad Discord links. Maybe it's in community. Nope. Okay, well maybe I won't worry about it. After this stream, I need to remember it though. That's the only problem, is I will probably forget it. So, as I'm leaving, if someone's here, try to remind me. Otherwise, yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, I found it. Okay. Okay, let's see. Discord. Edit. Boom. Oh, shoot. Copy. Boom, fixed. All right. So let's see what this looks like now. All right, so let's go Earth. This should shake for like 10 seconds, so if you get dizzy with screen shake, look away. It did not shake for 10 seconds. I mean, it looked good, but it did not shake for 10 seconds. Why is that? Okay. Oh, shoot. I should have shake timer off. It's true. So I'm setting that. Ridiculous. Okay. That's easy enough, though. Easy enough. All right, my Discord link should be fixed. So if you are looking at Discord and you try that link, let me know if it's fixed or not. I do need to fix my bot because my bot is also doing the wrong thing, but I'll have to remember how to do that. Oop. Okay. Let's give it a second to load. If I don't have full focus on my game, it takes forever to load. So I get it. Okay, so let's see. Now it should shake for 10 seconds. Let's see what happens. Interesting, okay. Oh, shoot. No, that is right. It should have been like this. Very nice. Thanks Noviciant for confirming. No, it is not, because this is a while loop, right? So yeah, it should, as long as the shake timer, as long as this is true, it should stay in here. So shake enabled and shake timer off is false. It's going to stay in here, and it's not or, which is correct. Interesting, and that turned to true there. Interesting. Timer start. Let me print. Let me get some debug in here. We haven't had to use debugs all day. Timer complete here. And I'm going to add another print here that's just timer start. And then those should be 10 seconds from each other. I can't remember the code for a timestamp, but I think my debugger gives me one, so I think it's fine. Let's check. Alrighty, I'll do the bot later because that's a little more involved. I'll log into Streamlabs and go modify commands, but it's fine. Okay, this should be easy, right? The timer should go off after 10 seconds. It should signal send a signal, and then after that signal's sent, it should change the variable from false to true. When the variable changes from false to true, and the other variable changes from true to false, it should exit the while loop. Oh, wait. Time out. I see what's wrong. Okay, I am getting my head just flipped around here. This should be an or, right? If either one of these, if this is true or this is false, just stay in here. Okay, that fixes it pretty confident. No, I think I have Faucetbot. 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 I think I have Faucetb Let's check. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, my fossil bot might just be broken now. Yeah, my bot's just broken now. Maybe it did deactivate. I don't know. Maybe it is CloudBot. I think it actually might be CloudBot. Yeah, it's dead. It went the way of your CloudBot apparently. So I'll go fix him later. He doesn't do much anyway. He's not that great. Huh. Oh well. Gives me a chance to go fix it. All right. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so Earth. Let's get some shaking going. This is going to shake again. If you don't like shaking screens, if that makes you feel sick, look away. This is going to shake for 10 seconds because I'm doing some debugging. It's going to shake a while. Look at that. It's still going to shake for another few seconds because 10 seconds is a really long time. And there you go. Now it's fixed. Okay, so yes. That's good. Now I can set a minimum shake time. And it's as easy as just setting this. I think like a 2-second minimum shake time is good. Oh, really? Yeah, it looks great. Did you really create your own chatbot with Arduinos? That's interesting. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. What drove you to do that instead of just like a cloud solution? What's the advantages? Just that you have full control. And I guess if you have hundreds, then you have hundreds of chatbots. Plus, you can probably code it to respond like with ChatGPT, which is nice. Okay. Talks to Arduino. What is it? What's the Arduino doing? Because I imagine you could just have the chatbot running on a server somewhere in Python, sending messages to like ChatGPT. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. You could definitely just have it. Oh, your Arduino controls your lights, doesn't it? So you have color control lights behind you, and your Arduino controls that. Yeah. Okay. I remember seeing that on your stream now. No, that is cool. Very, very cool. I have quite a few Arduinos around. Maybe and some. I have a Raspberry Pi right here. Maybe it's worth it to do some of those projects. I do like that. Okay, I think this is looking pretty good. I actually was not paying attention. I'll be honest. When that shook, but I imagine it looked good. I'm gonna pretend. All right. No, nice. Yeah, good call. All right. Yeah, that looks great. I think that works. Okay, cool. Now the next thing I want to do is implement intensity into here. So what I can do here is magic definition, camera shake, shake intensity, and then a float. No, yeah, that's a great idea. I think a lot of those things, like with Arduinos, you can control RGB lights very well. I've got a lot of projects behind me. Several things are RGB lights. I think that's a great solution. Those smart lights are so expensive and they're really so simple. So no, good call. That's awesome. Okay, so now I have that defined. So let me go to my earth spells, and I think I'll do like 0.25 here for earth 2, like 0.35 maybe, earth 3, 0.5. That should work, and then I need to just grab this property here, go copy that in the other script. Let's see. It's gonna be on where I'm calling shake on. If I can get there, I'll just find it over here. It's in my magic node. All right, so right here, I'll just take this, take that, take that. That should work. Now let's go test out Earth 1, 2, and 3. I think that's the next thing I need to add, really, is different intensity for each spell, like with the animations. Like for fire, for example, I probably want it to, I don't know if I want it to burn brighter, maybe add some different colors. I could do that. I could add just more, probably, I think for most of these, I'm probably just gonna add more particles, right? Like lightning, just add more lightning bolts. Pretty straightforward. Dark, I could have things spin faster. Water, I could have it spin faster maybe. Water, I had to kind of tune though. So that one, I'm not sure. Tornado, I can have more tornadoes. I gotta think through it. I could always add more particles. Like tornado, honestly, yeah. I can probably add more particles because when you add more particles, it looks a lot more dense and does look a lot more dangerous. And it doesn't need to be anything crazy. It can be a little bit subtle. Okay, let's look at Earth real quick. Let's cast Earth 1. And then just right after it, we'll cast Earth 2. See what that looks like. Okay, so here's Earth 1. Looks decent. Okay. Now it's cast Earth 2 here. It's a little bit more intense. Okay. There was a little bit of a glitch there. I don't know if you saw. I gotta figure out what that glitch was. Here's Earth 3. All right, let's see what this looks like. This should be really intense. I don't know if you can really tell a difference between them. They all kind of look the same. Yeah, the broken earth texture does go over the edge. I need to think about how to make it not go over the edge. But all it does is paint it on top of it. So, like, okay, there's a couple of them. I'll show you ice. Ice is the same way. This is gonna look really goofy. I haven't quite thought of how to do this yet, but ice just kind of floats on the edge. I gotta think that. Yeah, that's where I did increase the shake, right? Thanks, appreciate it. I do like the ice one a lot. I think ice looks pretty good. Water looks good. So I did water last night, and I think it's coming along. Here's what water looks like. So I think it's coming along, right? Water's looking decent. Let's see. Lightning looks pretty good. Here's lightning. Some good colors. And with sound effects, these are going to look a lot better even, right? Okay. And then what else I got? Light is one of my favorites. This is like holy. Pretty straightforward. I got to balance these resistances. I think everybody has like a base 50% resistance to these spells. And obviously it's too high. And then I think you've seen air, right? We'll watch it anyway. Might as well watch all of them. Yeah, for sure. Here's air. Oh, that was holy again. Okay, here's the glitch I was talking about. Okay, remember I told you about a glitch earlier where if I told you about a glitch where if I run out of mana, I'll continue to cast the same spell over and over again. Look at my MP. It's -10. Every time I cast that, that's going to be holy. Doesn't matter what I cast. It'll still let me pick something, right? But every time it's holy. So that's broken. Okay. That's all right. We're going to call that. So yeah, I did change the strength of the animation, right? I'm pulling it from here. It's just possible that maybe it's not enough. It's like maybe this needs to be 0.5 and this needs to be 1. So yeah, I have the fix for that bug, but it causes another bug. So I got to think about it. I think what I need to do is like reset it to null. Essentially what's happening, the glitch, is it won't let you pick a new spell because that's when I do the MP check. I do the MP check when you like try to cast a spell, which is not the right time because like if you're trying to cast a spell and someone knocks your MP away, it should stop you from casting the spell. So I think I fixed that just by adding one more check. Actually, I need to do two things. One, I need to clear spells. Or if you don't have enough MP when you go to cast it, it cuts you out and says, hey, no. The second one I need to do is when you go to cast the spell, if you are going to go to 0 or to get negative MP, it stops, right? It says, hey, nope, you're done. So yeah. All right, let's see. Oh, interesting. Wait. That was weird. I have no idea what happened. Exactly. Yeah, I think that's the case. I think just deactivate the button, gray it out or something, not let you select it, or not let you highlight it or something. That's okay. We'll fix that. Okay, so let's look at Earth now. Okay, so Earth. This is the standard. This is what we've been using for the Earth shaking. Decent shaking, not too bad. Yeah, I think there are probably going to be a couple visual glitches even up through like when I do like release the demo. Not that I don't care about them, but I got to think through those. And I'd rather start getting feedback on like playtesting feedback, right? As early as possible. Okay. Oh, interesting. All right, so this is Earth 2. It should be double the intensity. That's pretty intense. That's pretty good. And then this should be Earth 3. This should be double that intensity. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. It's subtle, but I think subtle's good. There are some visual glitches there, so I gotta think through that. But yeah, and here's what ice looks like when I. Which I think looks pretty good. I like ice. That's a good looking spell. Okay. Yeah, I love ice. Ice looks great. I also like the spell, like the Frostblade version of ice. Looks great. I just love the colors. Right? Like the blue, like the purple a little bit. Just looks good to me. All right. So next thing I think I'm gonna do here, this is looking pretty decent. For some reason my characters are feeling really squirrely. I think I need to check my frame rate. I think I've got, okay, I know what is going on. So, sorry, I feel like I'm all over the place. One of the things I realized is that I'm not actually ever deleting the spells. It does kind of feel like a dark spell, you're right. And maybe I think that'd be a pretty easy edit. Essentially the way that works is on ice here, see this particle color? I just changed that. So maybe I make that particle color like more blue than purple. We'll try that next time we get in there. Okay, but one of the things I'm doing here is I'm not actually ever clearing the emitters. They just stack on top of each other over and over again, which I think is really draining some resources. So all I need to do here then is, let's see. I think all I need to do, one second, I was looking at here what this is. When I finish my spell here, I need to take any particles created here, any emitters, and clear them, right? So what I can do is have a variable called open emitters. Yeah, exactly. So open emitters, and this can be an array. And then what I can do is I can say for each one of these, open emitters, emitters dot append instance. So that should append instance to that array every time. And then at the end of this, right, I'll say for, because that's going to wait until all the emitters are complete here. At least I think it should. So all I'll say is for, I can say, I guess, emitters in open emitters, emitter dot queue free. That should delete it. Let's test that out. we'll check that out. We should be able to get pretty good confirmation that these are getting deleted, because I can go open up the remote panel and see what emitters are still open. So let's check that out. Alrighty. This is looking good though. I'm honestly pretty happy with the progress today so far. And then I got to think through new spells. So I think that's what I'm probably going to do next time, which I think I'll stream again on Friday. I'm probably going to end in the next like half hour. But I'll probably stream again on Friday. And then I think from there, I'll start thinking through other spells. So some of the stuff I want to do, I want to create like for axe, I think the axe weapon. So every weapon, just for awareness, every weapon has a different play style, a different type of spells it gets, right? Different set of stats, right? So like the wand is what I'm working on now, right? Or the rod, I think I've called it. And it has black magic. But let me check this real quick. But like the axe, for example, right, is going to be all about crowd control. So I need like crowd control spells. Of course, it'll have this. All of them are going to have like something like Burning Blade or Burning Axe, right? Where you can kind of give your weapon elemental magic. And that's pretty powerful to give them elemental magic. But they'll also have like another set. So I think Axe is going to be about crowd control. So I'll need weapon or spells that like push enemies back or do different things. And every element type has like a different thing associated with it. Like fire is probably going to be more about like attack and aggression. Lightning is going to be more about like speed. Ice is going to be about something else. I have a cheat sheet where I've started thinking through this. I'll have to pull it up and share it. Maybe I'll share it in my Discord once I kind of hunt it down and find it. It actually might be in PowerPoint. But ultimately, I need to start developing the next weapon spell. So I'll probably start with the axe next, and they'll get their own set of animations as well. It's going to take a little while to do all these animations, but honestly, I'm having a lot of fun doing them on stream. So I'll continue to do that. Okay. It did delete it, but it deleted it too early. I got to think about that. So yeah, I think that's going to be really noticeable with something like lightning. So what it's doing is it's deleting it as soon as it finishes emitting the last thing. I thought about that, right? I thought about like environmental hazards. I have the stuff in place where I could do it pretty easily. So I probably will end up doing it. Oh, look at that. I crashed the game. But I haven't thought about how I want to implement it yet, but I do think I will. All right, so this doesn't work. Okay, what I can do is let's see. Let me go here and look at the options here for this. What is visibility? No, that's not it. It's hard because when finished, right? When finished goes off, it's just only whenever it says when all particles have finished processing. So maybe it does, but I think I am using finished already. Let me do a search real quick for finished. Yeah. So I am linking, or I was at one time. Yeah. I am linking this to emitter complete on advanced priority. I probably also just have to link it to a new function in here that says like kill emitter. Yeah. And then I'll have kill emitter here. Here's the only problem. This doesn't pass any data, right? It doesn't give me any information about it. So that's tough. Because otherwise I could say like, hey, you know, if I've had instance in here, for example, right? Then I could say like instance.queueFree and I'm done. The only problem is I don't have instance because it doesn't pass it. So what can I do to take this information? I don't think there's like a source of the, I don't think it gets passed with a source, right? It just kind of triggers. interesting. I might have to do a new signal that triggers when finished triggers, but that would take a long time to set up, and I'd have to create a script on every single one of these particles. Okay, how do I want to do this? Can I take the name of a signal? Let me do a quick search here. I'm just going to search for can I get the source of a signal in Godot? I don't think I can. Let's see. Let's see what this says here. Yeah, it just says pass the source with the signal. So I could with like, okay, how to get the signal sender on built-in signals. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So what it's saying is exactly what we just talked about. I essentially have to send the signal to myself on all of these, and then pass that signal with the information on the effect back to itself. That's not that bad. I think all of these have the same script already. Do they? They should. Okay, so I will go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and detach the script. It won't take very long. Okay, so basically what I want is to say function kill emitter, and then what I'll say is I'll have a new signal. Signal. Yeah, I can pass in whatever I want if I want to do that. So yeah, I could just pass in a lambda function to queue free. But for simplicity, I will probably just pass in, not do that. The built-in signals do not allow me to pass in lambda functions. I can't add, let me see. Yeah, it would be really nice if the built-in functions allow me to pass in lambda functions. That would be, or the built-in signals did. That'd be really nice. Erase emitter dot emit, and then I'm going to pass in self. Okay. Then what I have to do is just link this, connect that to myself. Wait, this is lightning. Wait, am I talking? Okay, so here. Connect that to myself. Am I on ice? Okay. Pick. This is fine. Let's save real quick. I don't think this is too hard though. So pick kill emitter, connect. Okay. Go here, connect, pick kill emitter. I think it's that simple. Okay, one thing I have to do real quick is I do need to go add this script to all of these. But that's okay. So essentially just attach a script, earth effect. And then what I'll do is just copy this. That should be pretty easy. Yeah, and then so what I'll do from here after I get all this added here is link it to itself, pass it, and then once I do this, I can actually pass more data. So I should be able to pretty easily pass myself over, get the information, kill the script just whenever it finishes processing. I am assuming, there is an assumption here, and that assumption is that the processing that it's talking about means that it's finished the last like particle. It says finish processing the last particle. What I'm worried about is that it's when it finishes emitting the last particle. I don't think that's the case, but you know, you never know. Some of these things are kind of worded weird sometimes, so we shall see. All right, almost done here. I actually don't need to do it on the 2s. I guess I will anyway. No, I won't actually. Let me detach the scripts on the 2s and 3s. They are subparticles that I am not going to deal with Yeah. Okay, so then attach script. I know you can't, I just realized that you can't see the window that pops up to attach the script. Let me add it so you can see that. And there you go. That's what that looks like. Okay. Shoot. Okay. Detach script. Attach script. Earth. All right, cool. Oh, interesting. Wait. Oh, man. Yeah, that was all sorts of messed up, so maybe that's not good. That's all right. Okay, so all these are attached now. So now I'll just go down the list, connecting finished to kill emitter. All right. This shouldn't take very long. Okay. Pretty easy. And this is an okay solution. It's not as elegant as I would have liked. I wish there was some way you could go modify like the built-in. I guess maybe I could. So I can like go modify the class, right? Everything in Godot is open source. So I would be able to go like modify these, but I would have to modify it for all emitters. And maybe it's a little easier just to do this, right? I've never actually modified source code on Godot before. I actually don't know how hard it is. It might not be hard at all. Okay. Those are all connected now, which is great. And then I emit that with myself. So now I want to look for erase emitter. So let's save this. Let's go back to my other script. Go back in here. Go back to magic. Okay, so now instead of this right here, hold up. Okay, instance get particle effects not finished. No. All right, sounds good. Thanks, appreciate you stopping by. It's good to hang out. Hope things are well, and you have a good night. Erase emitter, and then I can say instance. I think that's it. We're gonna test that. I feel pretty good about that though. That should create new instances. They should all get connected. And then I should kill them as they finish. Let's find out here. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get off here pretty soon. Anyway, I'm getting pretty tired. It's getting late. All right, we'll test this though. We'll get this looking good, and then for Friday, I'll plan things out. I think what I'll end up doing for like Friday is starting my next weapon. Maybe I'll do sword, because like right now my sword's really basic. And I think I can add some things for sword. I think for sword it's gonna be mostly based on like DPS. So I need more DPS spells. And maybe I'll get pretty inventive. Okay. So let's check this out. All right. Very good. Nothing broke. Now what I can do is I can check. I'll minimize this. I'll check in remote. Or I will look under Aria. Magic. Ah, it still exists. Oh, this, well. Let's see. So Earth effect. Ah, okay. So Earth effect is gone because that's killed. But I need to actually erase the whole emitter. Okay, so that's good to know. No, okay. Instance. Okay, let me think real quick. Let me think about this. Okay, so what I do is I spawn the whole node. Where does that happen? Okay, so this is the name. Yeah, why did it not kill it? It did delete Earth effect. It didn't. Interesting. Oh, okay. I see what's happening. Okay, so let me exit this. So basically, I'm not actually passing the real instance there. What I need to do is pass parent. So back in this script here, instead of not this one, not self, I need a self dot parent. Maybe it's get parent. Self dot get parent should work. Let's try that. And that should keep me from spawning hundreds of emitters. Cool. All right. And after this, I think I'm going to head out. I'm getting tired. It's apparently been a long week based on my level of tired. All right. But I think this looks pretty good, and I think this will work. I'll go ahead and try one of the spells that cast in all 4 locations just to make sure I'm not spawning 4 emitters. It is interesting. I do spawn a lot of these emitters every time, right? It spawns actually several, but I think as long as they're not actually emitting anything, they're not really using a lot of data. But we'll see. I'll use fire here because fire looks good. All right. That looked pretty decent. Okay. And now, if I go look, remote, nothing. Perfect. Okay. Let's do it again, because one thing that I want to look at is the sub emitters. So I have little sub emitters that start floating around, and I'm a little worried that they're going to just kind of disappear. So you see those little yellow things? Maybe that's okay. They looked good. I don't know. I kind of like them floating around for a little bit. And the problem with this solution is they do just disappear. I'll show you what I'm talking about. They're really obvious here. So with the fire, see those little red kind of ember type things coming out of there? They used to kind of float around for a while, which I think really highlights the lore behind it, right? I'm drawing power out of the environment, and they get applied to this, right? But I'm deleting them here. So what I might need to do is I might need to wait to kill it. Here I would say I'd probably put it in a queue to be deleted. And then after I get a signal from particles extra here, that's when I would actually delete it. And this I could probably just go straight from finished because there's only really one of these. So I could just connect particles extra to another node here. I wonder if I'd even have to do that. I think particles extra probably runs longer than all the other ones every time. So maybe that's all I need to do. Maybe I overcomplicated this. So here's what that would look like. Kind of have a feeling I overcomplicated this, but that's okay. I think that's a useful function anyway. But I think what I need to do is instance dot get node affect particles. Okay, nope, not affect particles. Let me see if I have the other one here. Particles extras. Okay. So I would do particle extras dot finished dot connect dot kill emitter. That will kill it as soon as particle extras finished, which should let all of those kind of little embers, whatever you want to call them, finish. Let's look at this. Man, I think I overcomplicated this, which is fine. I mean, it's not a huge deal. It'd be easy to go undo. It took all of 2 minutes. So not a huge problem, but kind of annoying. All right, let's check this out. Here we go. All right. Let's see. And it's loading. Maybe broke it. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's see. I think fire is where this is most obvious. Those little red particles are very obvious. So let's look at, let's look at fire real quick. All right. Interesting. It's kind of janky. Okay, yeah. So you see how those kind of like things float around for a while? And now after they're done, after they're all done, I should be able to come to remote now. Ooh, interesting. They're still here. Okay, so that did not quite work. Okay, so particles extra. Particle extra. Is particle extra or particles extra? I think it's particles extra. No, particle extra. Dot finished. Okay. That should have worked. Let's see. Particle extras. Dot finish. Dot connect. Kill emit. Oh, okay. I see. Here's what's going on. I have to do the same thing here. Okay, so I need a script. It can be particle extras. That's fine. I need a signal on this. That is signal to erase emitters, right? And then I need a function called kill emitters. That essentially all it does is sends out erase emitters with self.getParent. What I'm doing here is this allows me to pass a value using a signal over, and then I can just link this signal to myself to kill emitters. Connect. All right. Let's see. I got a bunch of errors. I don't think these probably mean anything. Let's clear them and see what happens. Okay. So that should work, and then I go back here, and instead of finished, I go to erase emitters. Okay. Let me make sure that was emitters and not emitter. Yep. Okay, that should work now. What that should do is pass in what to delete, which is this node here. And so I should delete it. So yeah, every time I cast a spell, it's creating like 5 nodes with a lot of different items in there. It really shouldn't add too much, but maybe it was doing some pre-processing or something on them. All right, we'll find out here in just a moment. And then once this works, I'm off to bed. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. Hey, White Boss Game, you caught me just in time to be heading out. But thanks for popping on. Hope you're doing all right. I'm just testing out some of these emitters real quick. I'm kind of finishing this up so that everything kind of closes up nicely as it completes. Okay, so ultimately, they should spawn up. It should finish the embers, so when it goes back, I should still be able to see the kind of red embers floating around. I do, which is great. When they finish, they're all finished now. Should be able to go back here, go to main, go to remote, to Aria, and yeah, there are no children of magic. Fantastic. Mission accomplished. Yeah, that looks great. I'm really happy with that. That should keep me from having any weird node issues. See if I can pull this back up. Okay. And ultimately, looks pretty good. So we came a long way today. We got Earth done. I didn't get the screen flashes implemented, but that's okay. That should take almost no time at all, actually. But that looks pretty good for an earthquake. I got lightning. I guess I'm sorry. I got water finished last time, so we're gonna watch water real quick. We'll take a quick look. I think they're all done. What else did I do today? Dark. I think that looks great. I got dark done today. Yeah, we did good today. Things are looking great. I like it. All right. With that, probably going to call it a night. But yeah, make good progress. Things look great. I'm really happy with the results. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'm going to find someone to raid. White Boss Gamer, I guess I'll catch you next time. Sorry you caught me as I was heading out here. But I hope to catch you again soon. Always good seeing you on here. We're going to raid Orbim again. I know I've been raiding him a lot lately, but I've been enjoying seeing his WordPress streams. Give him a quick hey. And yeah, we'll talk soon. So thanks everybody for hanging out. If you aren't following, give me a follow. I'll be streaming again Friday, and we'll be starting some other weapons on Friday. So thanks everybody. Talk soon.